the good times. I've been sleeping through the long nights. I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how I'm alright. There's a reason for my feelings. There's a reason why I'm healing.
Hey everyone, this is Shay of Mélange by Franchette, a home baker based here in the Philippines. Apologies if it has been so long since we uploaded our last video. I know that I've been MIA for so long now, but I'm doing my best in editing and just posting shorts and TikTok videos. Anyway, as you've seen from the intro, our cake project for today is a Disney Princess cake. I was so excited when I received this order since I wanted to do those edible frames and edible printing. So obviously this has been one of my favorites. Anyway, going back to the cake, the flavor of this one is a red velvet cake, the moist one with cream cheese filling. It was also one of the highest baked cakes that we did last year. Apart from the flavor, it's also because of the design. Anyway, here I'm just smoothing out the icing, and until now I'm using Whip as my main icing for all the cakes that I'm making. But lately I've been trying ACC and Whip It Classic from Bakersfield. I don't know if it's just me, but I think Whip has lost its quality when it comes to stability, but flavor wise I still like it. So for my co-bakers out there, I don't know what kinds of icing are you using. As much as possible, I really want to use Swiss meringue buttercream since I know how to make it, but given the weather here in the Philippines, it's really impossible. So I hope you comment there down below in the comment section what kinds of icing are you using here in the Philippines, or which are the effective ones. Is Whip better than ACC or Classic Whip It? I'm just really curious. Anyway, I'm sorry I've been yapping on for so long. So here, let's go back to our So for these white curtain details or the borders, anyway, just that white detail, I'm using piping tip number 126. And for that light pink accent, I'm using piping tip number 123. Also for this borders or the details at the bottom of the cake, I really love vintage cake piping. I don't know if this is considered as one, but vintage cake piping has been really therapeutic for me. I know for some bakers as well. By the way guys, I'm really sorry if you can hear the rain in the background. It's just raining so hard lately. We have a typhoon ongoing. It hasn't stopped and it's been ongoing for a week already. Anyway, just want to send prayers and comforts to all our fellow kababayans out there that has been affected by this typhoon. Okay, so we're lost again. Going back to our cake, I'm just putting some large gold raggies here. I just bought that one from Lazada. Also, this molder, this frame molder, I bought it from Lazada, and I will link everything in the description or in the comments down below to help my my fellow bakers. Anyways, as always, I still have to put my disclaimer that my hands are very clean and I wash them all the time. You don't have to comment why I'm using my bare hands. Most of the famous bakers I know, they also use their bare hands. You just have to wash it thoroughly and all the time. It's really easier to work with bare hands than working with gloves on. Anyway, here are the frames and I really love the molder. It made everything easier. So here I'm just using this shade of edible gold dust or dust. I just mixed that with vodka, and this will be the shade of the frames. I know that's really and it will really look classic with gold than with any other color. Anyway, with that frame molder, you can also use melted white chocolates for an easier paint, or I don't know, I just really wanna do it with fondant that time. And I think it's easier to work with fondant, to paint with fondant, than with those white chocolates that I know has some oil-based components. Anyway, I really don't know what kinds of white chocolates here in the Philippines that are good quality, and if you know one, please also do comment down below. For the edible gold duster dust, I'll also include it in the links in the description box for the things that you may buy in Lazada. So anyway, here I'm just rolling out this fondant, and by the way, we make our own fondants and gum paste since I don't have I mean, I have trust issues with store-bought fondants. I mean, they're just problematic. I have problems using them. So for this one, we'll just use this for the edible prints. This will be the supporting back of the edible prints. So when they stick on the cake, it will be on a fondant. So here are the images of the Disney princesses that we'll put on the frames, and they are really cute. I mean, look at them. Anyway, I'm just cutting this one manually since I forgot to tell the one who printed this to cut it out for me, but it's okay. Anyway, the customer didn't request any specific Disney princesses to be put on the cake, so I just included the ones that I know, and they are Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Belle, and from the Tangle, and Little Mermaid. So anyway, backstory. So the one who ordered this cake was her boyfriend. So it's a guy who ordered this cake for his girlfriend, or I think it's his fiance already. And he said that his girlfriend was an avid fan of all the Disney princesses, and also because she's his Disney princess, or I mean, she's his princess. Anyway, too cheesy. The important part is the girlfriend loved the cake. I mean, the fiance loved the cake. She actually ordered 2 months after receiving this one for her friend's birthday. Or I mean, for her friend's bridal shower, if I remember it correctly. She gave us positive feedback about this cake. She loved the flavor, the design, and everything, and even the bridal shower cake that she ordered. I really want to post the feedback here if it's possible, but let's see. Anyway, going back to here, almost done with the frames. We're just attaching the frames, and we're just using edible glue to attach the frames to the images. Honest mistake is that we had it printed a bit bigger for the frames. I mean, the images are a bit bigger, but I think it's just okay. Anyway, who is your favorite Disney princess? Because for me, it's her. It's Sleeping Beauty or Aurora. That's why I also placed her in front of the cake, and you'll see it later on. But there's a TikToker who's been telling fairy tales or twisted fairy tales on TikTok, and she's telling stories about how dark this Disney princesses stories are, and it's crazy. It's mind-boggling actually, but you will be very curious about the stories, and you have to listen to her. I'll put her TikTok maybe here when I edit this video. So going back here again on our cake, we're here on my favorite part, attaching and assembling the frames, putting them in the cake. And I really love this part because I get to choose who are the princesses to be placed. Anyway, for this printed topper castle, I'll just link again there down below where I bought this, and the customer just requested for a printed one. I really wanted to a fondant of that, but he wanted a printed one. And then also for this butterfly toppers, I'll also link it down below. For the final detail, I'm just putting this 1 cm ribbon as our final design. Anyway guys, here's the final look of the cake. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to our channel. Comment down below your favorite part of this cake. For me, it's the frame details. Please stay tuned on our next videos, and we'll see you again on our next upload. Bye guys!